moment.
I call.
Vanessa shoves. Chen insta-calls and shows her he's got the nuts. She will be bitterly, bitterly disappointed. Action has been folded to Stefan Schillhabel, who's got pocket jacks. Opens the action with a raise to 37,000. Queen 7 for Souza, that goes in the muck. Lee Hon Chong's in the small blind with ace queen.
I know what you're thinking here. You can't win with aces, why even bother with a hand that everybody goes broke with?
He elects to call. Pocket sevens for Michael Kolkovicz in the big blind. And the chip leader re-raises. He 3-bets to 127,000.
This is probably a little too aggro. You're in a prime spot to see a flop, and that's kind of turning sevens into a bluff.
Well, he's been called by Schillhabel. Lee Hon Chong folded the ace-queen. And he would have flopped best, but as things stand, Schillhabel is a 96% favorite. He's got a pair of jacks and the best diamond draw.
Now, I don't think Kolkovicz meant to bluff with 2 sevens before the flop, but he's gonna have to now.
Continues the aggression, 182,000.
Jacks might still be the best hand, and Schillhabel has that decent flush draw, so he can peel one if he wants.
There's the call, the pot now at 669,000. The turn card, the 6 of hearts. Schillhabel now a 97% favorite.
Well, you gotta hand it to Kolkovicz. For better or worse, he has got both feet on the gas.
Another barrel, 223,000.
And I don't think Schillhabel can call a second time. He doesn't even know if the flush draw's good.
He's a huge favorite here, but he doesn't know it, and he folds!
Folds to the Kolkovicz doctor, because he has got some aggro voodoo.
Well, he has 3-4 of clubs, does Doug Polk, and he opens over to Low, who makes the call.
Doug Polk with what I like to call a cash game hand. These little suited connectors, always often disguised. You can hit a hand, no one's going to put you on it. Isaac Haxton getting involved with a 3-bet here. He's got jacks. We know
certainly does.
We know he's had aces and queens, and he's had about $500,000 loss with those 2 hands.
Well, he's 3-bet the button for $28,000 to one of the more unpredictable players at the table who has 6-4 of diamonds. He has no fear, does Lo Xingfeng, and he makes the call. So Ike Haxton in command with pair of jacks. $70,000 in the middle. Ike looking to get some money back. Oh my goodness, what a flop. An 8-7-5 flop so low. Well, he's flopped the straight against pair of jacks of Ike Haxton.
Well, I don't think Ike's going to get his money back here, Paul.
I can't believe it. Ike with a big bet. Let's see how this works. Check. Ike bets.
Isaac with 3 premium hands. And it's going to be 3 big losses, possibly stacked 3 times, twice by the same guy.
All in?
He announces all in straight away. Ike Haxton this time having a think about it. And then he just says call. He doesn't like it, and he's not going to like it at all when he sees Lowe's hand. He has completely smashed Ike Haxton.
He says drawing dead. He's not quite drawing dead.
Actually, 9-10 is...
But he's in a lot of trouble.
All good?
You can see Ike Haxton's body language. He just can't believe it.
He does have running straight cards for chop. The board can pair, give him a few outs to a full house. He can hit a jack. There's a few cards that can keep him in it. They're running it once or more.
The turn is a 5.
That opens up the possibility of Isaac winning the hand. Needs a 5 or jack.
The river is a meaningless 3, so...
All right, river.
Brian Kaufman in the small blind has a very nice hand, pocket jacks. And he just calls.
So when Kaufman just calls here, he's hoping Sorrentino raises. He's fully setting a trap right now. There's no way he's folding. He wants Sorrentino to push him around, and he might.
Yes,
this could be all in. We could have Sorrentino raise, Kaufman all in. I'm betting that we have a a confrontation here.
4, 4, 5.
Sorrentino with the king queen, the two overs to the jacks. Just looking at how many chips Kaufman has.
Sorrentino is the chip leader, and often the chip leader is going to be more aggressive. And here he goes. He's going to raise.
He puts a cherry on top, one of the burgundy chips. So that's another 500,000.
So now if you're Kaufman, this is do or die, right? You got jacks. You're up against a chip leader who might have anything. This is the time to go for it and go all in. The question is, will Sorrentino call with king queen? He just called?
Continues to play it slow,
No,
just calls with the jacks.
That's really surprising. With his stack size and only having 20 bigs.
And look at that.
Oh, boy.
King, Jack 10 on the flop. That is top pair for Sorrentino. Plus he's got the straight draw. Kaufman with a set of jacks.
And checks it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where if I'm wrong here, I'll quit commentary. We're going to see these two players get it all in. Sorrentino's got to love that flop, top pair, and he's got the open straight draw, ace or a 9. Kaufman, he's got 3 jacks. You're never going to fold here with that, especially with these chip stacks. Okay,
so Sorrentino about to bet. There's the continuation bet. Do you think we now see the raise from Kaufman?
If not now, when? We're running out of time. I think for Kaufman, he has to be a little bit worried about the potential draws on that board. So he might want to just protect what's in the middle, stick it all in, and you know, if Sorrentino folds, great. You pick up a nice addition to your stack.
No, just a call. He just calls the 750K.
Slowest play ever.
Very strange here.
The turn card is the case jack.
Wow.
He's just turned quads.
I think there's a potential here for Sorrentino to get away from losing all of his chips here because Kaufman misplayed this hand. He should have sprung the trap either before the flop or on this flop.
Kaufman checks the turn. Action on Sorrentino.
Sorrentino's got to hate that card, right? He thinks to himself, well, I've got a king, so the jack's a very likely card for my opponent to have, and now he's checked it back.
Yes, Sorrentino says, let's see the river for free, which is the inconsequential 3 of clubs.
This hand was played very strangely. This is not typical of what you see at a final table of such a large event. Kaufman playing extremely cautious, and I think it's going to cost them some value.
So 3.15 million in the pot.
So now you expect to see about 1.5 million bet from Kaufman, and Sorrentino going to call, and Kaufman's going to miss out. Well, he's going to miss out value on a lot. Look at this. There's
the bet.
Really
Quick
poorly
call.
played.
And yeah, can you beat that? Can you beat the nuts? Action has been folded to Mike Watson in the cutoff. He's been the beneficiary of another double up, so he starts the hand with 1.9 million. He's got ace-4 suited, and he is raising to 110,000.
Now, while Mike was short, he's been playing super tight.
Ace-queen for Dan Smith.
You had 935 with that hand?
No, 890 I had. I have a 1.9 now.
Dan might be realizing that Mike could be opening things up a bit now that he's not super short anymore.
There's the 3-bet from Smith to 255,000. Jacks for Ilari Sahamies.
I think with a relative short stack raising and the biggest stack re-raising in position, you're usually pretty happy to go crazy here.
He 4-bets to 575,000.
Or in Ziegman's case, passionately emotionless.
Alvarado with 5s in the big blind.
5s. Come on with your 5s. Come on.
Yeah, he folds. Watson will give up the ace-4.
I'm assuming Dan will want to take a flop in position.
I'm all in.
Instead, he shoves.
What? I guess that's the power of the big stack. He's got to have something pretty good to call you.
And Ilari folds. Wow.
Whoa. I am all for not wanting to take a race or even flipping for your tournament life. However, if you're going to fold to the 5-bet, save yourself the 4-bet.
Vanessa has pocket jacks in the big blind. She calls the 3-bet.
Interesting just call from Vanessa. By doing this, she both balances her range and prevents taking another flip.
What does Vlachos do now? The action's back on him. He folds.
Very tight fold from Vlachos. We know there were some aces and kings out there, but I don't see how you fold ace-king to a 3-bet with a bunch of other supposed dead money out there.
Very curious. Well, at least Torsen doesn't compound his error by calling again.
He was getting better than 3-1.
The flop is Queen Deuce Jack. Top pair for Chen, a set for Vanessa Selbst.
This could get very ugly for Andrew Chen. Looks like Vanessa's thinking of donking out here. Chen was the last aggressor.
She does donk. She bets 80,000.
This is probably going to look pretty funny to Andrew, but I'd say his chances of getting away here are about as good as Vanessa and I dating.
Counts out 80,000 chips. He will make the call.
He makes the call, drawing nearly dead. Only 7% equity.
313,000 in the middle. 8 of diamonds on the turn. Chen does now have a flush draw.
Flush draw to go with his top pair. Now his chances of getting away are about as good as me and Liv dating. Great spot for Vanessa to keep firing.
She bets 150,000.
She's probably putting Andrew on his exact hand, though it may be more difficult to sense the fact that he's also got diamonds.
Andrew Chen, a very deliberate player. He elects to make the call, which means we will go to the river. The pot now 613,000. Vanessa with just over 300 behind. Chen gets there on the river.
No.
I'm all in.
I call.
Vanessa shoves. Chen insta-calls and shows her he's got the nuts.
And Vanessa Selbst is out of here.
That is incredible. A few hands ago, Vanessa Selbst was second in chips in the tournament. Now she's out. 48th place. She will be bitterly disappointed.